us all, had all he needed. Could park it anywhere, free as a bird. But when he flew, he found out fast that the great outdoors is a barbed wire fence. I'm not staying here when the shit goes south, and the shit seems to be already here. I've a backpack with all my needs. Trouble is, when I dream, all I find is that the great outdoors is a barbed wire fence. I'm sure my grandfather left freedom here, unless my eyes were open when I was born. But this world has left me blind. Is that right, Mother? Am I blind? I'm sure I smelled freedom once in the backwood forests of your eyes. Hide, you said, hide with me, or how else will we ever live free? There's an exodus heading out of town. Their faces are up, but their eyes are down. There's a sun that seems to be shining upside down, and around and around, upside down, and around and around, upside down, and around and around, until we reach the outskirts of town, where we find time and time again that the great outdoors is a barbed wire fence.
When we were going around Australia with Cret and Wendy, and we were going looking for resistance everywhere, we got to Darwin. I went into Darwin. I did a speech in front of a small group of people, and then I told them I'm collecting stories. I'll be in the room down the hall. A few people came in, told me stories, and then this very tall, slim man of Asiatic descent was standing at the back of the room, and I thought, who the hell are you? Because it was just intriguing to see. And he finally sat down with me, and he told me he was a pharmacist who had lost his job because he refused to take a certain substance. He since then got his job back, and we've done a few interviews over the time because he's really interested now in helping those who are vaccine injured or those who are suffering from long COVID. So Wednesday night, we get him on. Tonight we're a bit earlier than usual, but this is Lee and the People's Pharmacist. So get your pens out or get ready to take notes, because your head will hurt by the end of it, because his head is just like, I remember when my kids went to school, there was another young guy at the school there who looked like a younger Lee, and he was so intelligent, the children used to call him Michael Two Brains. So Lee, I would call Lee Two Brains, because at the end of every show, my brain is like going, oh my God, oh my God. Welcome, sir. How have you been?
I'm very good. Can you hear me?
Yes, you sound
I
great.
haven't checked the mic voice. Yeah. Thank you for
No,
having
you
me
sound
today.
great.
How
And
are you,
as it,
Michael?
have you had a good couple of weeks?
Oh yes, and yeah, have a good reflection as well
Yeah.
of what has
What are your
happened.
thoughts about
Yeah.
the assassination of Charlie Kirk
Oh,
and how the world is?
you
Some
want
people
to
are
start
dancing on
that
his
way?
grave, and some people
Mm,
are changing their lives. So, what were your impressions of it?
that's what I'm reflecting on. It's more on it's a reflection of humanity. So now you can see how, and also I can see that also is how sick people soul are.
Yes,
When your soul
very
is
much.
sick, you celebrate death.
Yes.
Simple as that.
When your soul is sick, you celebrate death. Okay,
Yeah.
that's gonna grab
And
that
you
one.
can call it mental illness and all this, but I can say in the most rooted way is the soul part.
Yeah,
And I think most people will agree with it because you see, no matter what, left, right, center, whatever you call yourself, when you see such a tragedy, that's why you can see most
yeah,
people are sound mind. Their mind are no, I don't say sound mind. That's not necessarily always, but more on their soul. They have their humanity in their soul is more important,
yeah,
and of course sound mind as well. But I want to emphasize is the humanity in their soul. Is whether I would say that how you define evil is also like that as well.
yeah, yeah. It's incredible. I
How you define
can't
the word evil.
believe what we're seeing. Even Australian senators and people in
Mm.
Australia are saying he was a terrible man. We shouldn't be idolizing him now, or thinking, are you kidding me? There's one of them came out and said, "Don't say rest in peace because hey, Willow, they don't want to." It's just, yeah, it's
It's
despairing.
a,
Do you think we're becoming almost like spiritually separate, like a divide?
Yeah, you can say that way. There's a great divide happening, but I mean, like you see one part this, but I tend to focus on what people have been awakened to,
Yeah, I
and
just
what
want
we're
to.
going to discuss today is going to relate to that as well.
I just want to put this up that Jason Cornick, hey Jason, he's just Aussie. He's just brought your great comment down to the down to his level. When you soul is sick, you become an asshole.
Yeah, that's the way I think how bloke define as well. We
Yeah,
do define certain
it's
things as well.
incredible. But yeah.
Mm.
So what have you got in store for us this week?
This week is I tend to focus things that are really significant, looking at
Yeah,
5 to 10 years from now. Because you look at this video again, you will know what I mean today. Because
yeah,
it has been showing alarm, and then I tend to pick on things that what the news also covering, in a way to
yeah,
see what is real problem with it. And we are talking about, I mean, the title fits perfectly, seeding the fog.
yeah. I'm just
Your
going to bring up
something is
just two
seeding your
quick.
brain fog.
I'm just going to bring up what you're covering today. Just bear with me. Is there anything else this week that's happened that's really taken, not so much anywhere that's really sort of grabbed your attention?
Yeah, that's one today I'm going to talk about
Yeah,
is the
sure.
word
Okay.
dementia.
Dementia. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Have you
The
read the
rise of
news?
that.
Have
Yep.
you see what they are talking about? What they are
Okay,
trying
hold on.
to
So
normalize
here's
it?
what we're talking about this week.
Yeah, yeah,
Going to cover the rising global burden of dementia, which and apparently it's getting people are getting it earlier now. How long
yeah.
COVID affects cognition, the spike-induced protein seeding, genetic vulnerabilities like APOE4, whatever that is, long
Oh, this
COVID brain fog to dementia stages comparison, practical nutritional strategies to slow or prevent protein seeding. Okay, I'm not going to ask questions now about it because obviously you've got it planned out. So
mm,
yeah, and dementia is horrible. I've worked with dementia patients. It's such a sad
oh,
thing, especially for the
yeah.
families.
Especially your loved
Mhm.
ones, like
Yes,
my grandma, my grandpa. I think before they passed, that was before COVID, of course. But they did have
yeah,
some serious issues, health and stuff, and then they develop into dementia, and then they can lack of they can become neglect,
yeah,
and that's when death happens. and it's a very sad thing because it involves people's soul again. Because
Yes.
your identity, you literally lose it. You forget who the person is. You cannot have meaningful conversation because it cannot be identified with the person of that meaningful relationship with.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a very heartbreaking thing. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
talking
it
to my
is.
grandma
Oh, it's
that
terrible.
you talk to
It's
her,
like they
and then
died
5 minutes
twice.
later she forgets about who you are and then asking for someone else. You can't really have
Yeah.
conversation. You can only love, but you can't have conversation and all this because it cannot happen when it becomes late stage. What I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So we need to
Yeah, agreed.
pay attention to what's happening at the moment, and
Yeah.
I might have some explanation, and chances are they are more credible. They are more. They have more evidence now. We have more evidence now. So this dementia. At what it surprised me, it says that in Australia, dementia is the leading cause of death now.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, that was in. Let me show you. The slide 1A, if you have a look and see. This is from what do you call this Royal Australian, what do you call this college, the GP,
Yeah.
RAGCP. These are from their websites. I think if you put it
Wow.
up, slide 1A, I think it's 1A.
But dementia, oh, 1A. Yep, sure. Wait on. I got it. Yep.
Yeah, I just
And
put
two
it up.
secs.
So this is literally from their website.
Dementia becomes nation's leading cause of death.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
God.
it is possible. It's just that it is something that being put aside because might not be that important. But in terms of if you measure the statistic data, it might add up to that.
So, but
And
how does dementia kill you, Lee? Because
that's why I was curious at first because I
yeah,
never really paid attention. I knew some kind of infection can kill you, which is true.
yeah,
Dementia, if in the later stage, actually it involves your swallowing, your breathing, and all this stuff.
yeah,
But it goes by neglect. Usually, is you have aspiration, let's say aspiration of food and all this, you get into I think sepsis, infection, and that one is quite common. In fact, I knew it as a pharmacist when I was pharmacist as well.
yeah,
And then you have fall and all this as well. Coordination sometimes it can affect that
yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
Through fallings, yeah,
And accidents. Basically, your brain cannot do certain kind of jobs and this and that, and then you do something can be dangerous to you or something you're not aware of something happened to you.
yeah,
But in majority, if I'm not mistaken, it's more on infections because you neglect, people don't look after you. You can die of opportunist infection and malnourished. Don't forget, you're not eating
yeah,
well
yeah, yeah.
because eating
It's
involves
interesting. You know,
some
I used to
kind of
work in nursing
mental.
homes years ago, and they had a thing called, we used to call them walkers. The people that literally walk 24/7. They really got to knock them out to get them
Mm,
to sleep. Otherwise, they just
mm,
walk and walk, and people would come in
mm.
quite big, and within 6 months, they're skinny as anything, and they just literally walk and walk,
Neglect. Yeah,
searching the
they
corridor.
just do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I've been
yeah, it's a
nursing home.
horrendous
Yeah, I
thing.
know. Yeah. So
Yeah, if you want to support Lee, he's got a lot of his information is on his Patreon. We'll put it up during the show. Go there to get even more details of his work. You know,
yeah, and then in the globally, I found out it's 7 leading cause of death. It's top 10 as
globally.
well.
Wow.
Mm,
Okay, just before we
currently.
go on, we just have to do something. We don't do it often, but we've just got to put an ad up. So just bear with us 2 secs. This is our stickers ad.
Griffith, what do you got?
3Bs.
Be free. What are they? $5 each? 5 for $20?
$5 each. 5 for $20.
Posted to you with love from us.
Yeah. That's our stickers. If you want our stickers, they're going up on cars and stuff. The Be Free, the stuff. Did we send Lee anything yet? We sent him a cap. So yeah.
Yeah, it
That's
did.
the
Thanks.
thing. Now, okay, let's get cracking, man. So what are your thoughts on how to tackle this?
Yeah, we won't be so quick, but we need to see what's happening And my real concern is if this brain fog issues is keep happening, because I'm digging more into why these brain fog things still so persistent, you know. And with the WHO information, you're looking at Alzheimer. It definitely is a leading form of the dementia. So we might be talking more Alzheimer because a lot of people understand Alzheimer's, and people are very scared of Alzheimer, of course.
Yes, of
And
course.
it's 60 to 70% of case according to WHO. So you can see that, and there's a projection of about 2022, you have about 55 million people of dementia, and they're projecting 2050 is about 139 million. So it's hundreds
Oh
of
my
millions.
Lord.
And with the knowledge you learn today, you won't be surprised. That's the thing that I am very concerned, because there are certain things that when it happens until too late, especially with Alzheimer, this kind of disease, there are certain stages is many of the stuff can not be reversible.
Yes, that's
Even
correct. Yeah.
example is Parkinson. Why is it you don't get very good result when you discover Parkinson? You need to treat aggressively all this, because when you first suffer symptoms, you are about 80% of your substantia nigra of your part of your brain where Parkinson developed is already gone.
Oh wow. So you
80%
actually
before you get symptoms. Yes.
oh, wow.
I didn't know that until I helped
No.
one person of my friend's grandfather with severe Parkinson to help to
Yeah.
a certain degree, at least can walk from bedridden to can walk. That is a
Yeah.
miracle itself. But it's not very easy. It's very difficult, a lot of work and everything. But what I'm trying to say is when you hit a certain stage of your brains, like your brain morphology, literally the structure literally change. They call your brain can shrink. Have you heard of it?
Yeah,
When
I
you
have.
later stage of dementia, literally, I think I read autopsy because I go by all the information. You lose, I think about late stage and all this, you can lose about 1.4 kilos of your brain mass in kilos.
Oh wow. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm just
that is
enjoying
another
this. Just
that is another part as well. But we can talk about it other day, because our brains consist mostly of cholesterol, by the way.
yeah, yeah. I just saw this from Jennifer Wells. Wore my Be Free pink T-shirt on an exercise class with a group internationally and put comments in the comments. The instructor said, "Two wants to be free." Hey, cool. Thanks, Jennifer. Thanks. Yeah. Okay. We sold a T-shirt. So yeah. How do you know what are the first things of dementia, the first symptoms? Do you know them?
I mean, it is all about your day-to-day things that your memory lapse in stages. Later I'll go through all the stages so you can see where you're at and all this to be easier. But it can be just my memory lapse, or just forgetful, or cannot put words, or I mean, like if
Repeating
you go
stuff,
repeating stuff and you
like
keep
repeating the
repeating the
same
same
story, and then a
thing.
few minutes later they say it again like they
Yes,
never said it.
yes. These are that's why what interests me is because it's similar to long COVID symptoms with a brain fog that also persistent. So when I dig into it, that's why I find out that there are something more sinister. They seeding the problems.
So this
Seeding.
brain fog, are you getting people coming in looking for remedies for brain fog this late, still now?
They don't really. But by the way, they are being treated with all sorts of medication, especially the SSRI, the one
Yeah.
for depression, because it affects you. You can't get your mind really, everything improve mind. Yeah, they do come in for more like memory. They won't say brain fog usually, but they talk about memory issues, forgetfulness, and yeah, the demyelination we talked about the last time. That is a big one as well. Yeah.
Hey, Kerry. So yeah, there's so you're sort of suggesting or questioning whether brain
Brain
fog
fog.
is actually leading to early on stage dementia.
It is possible because we see later of the similarities.
Wow.
because I go by evidence. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
of course.
so whatever you want to name the symptoms, because at the end of the day, why all these symptoms is some damage has happened. So if the
Yeah.
brain fog persists or on and off, means that your body can still repair some of it. But if it persists, that is real danger because the damage will keep adding up. And it is
Yeah.
not by just guessing, because they have biomarkers now. I mean, like, there are some biomarkers to measure the breakdown of the neurons, what I'm measuring. And all these people with spike protein injuries, either long COVID and all this, they have some of them have the markers. I'll explain that later as well.
Okay.
So there are evidence of it.
Yes.
So these are evidence of breakdown of the neurons and all this.
Yeah.
That's why long COVID with brain fog is the main one issues. And
Ah,
it might be just early stage. That's the thing. What we want to discuss today is if it's early stage, is the best to deal with it, and then we find ways to measure some outcome so that you know that there's improvement once you do the thing, whatever nutritional stuff you're doing, so
Yeah.
that you can be sure that it doesn't develop further, because there are certain stage of the dementia that is reversing that part. It's quite impossible, or
Yeah.
even impossible. Even, I mean, like, example is Parkinson. You can never reverse Parkinson. The one I help still have it.
Yeah.
I mean,
But you're saying early on
mm,
in dementia, it is possible just
mm,
to slow it
mm,
or turn it back a bit.
yeah. So let me quickly go through probably the talking about how long COVID is affecting your cognitive. All right.
Sure.
So we talked about neuroinflammation the last time, yeah, brain fog, memory,
Yeah.
all this, and also your microglia activation, the
Yeah.
immune cells in your brain that is keep activating. That one is still very, very important, because these are the neuroinflammations that is creating environment for those seeding to happen. So it is important. It just adds up to it. See, that's why we have to deal with different. You have to deal with all of it actually. That's why you step by step you understand it, and then you do one by
Yeah.
one. And then
Yeah.
microclots, most people know about it. I don't want to explain much. Microclots can affect
Yes.
your brain circulations, your brain nutritions, and removing of waste, or all these plaque, or what they call all these stuff that develop form in your brain that not supposed to be there. Cleaning,
Yeah.
not good at cleaning. If it's microclots, if it's blocking the blood flow. And neurotransmitter imbalance, we see quite a lot. SSRI has been prescribed like candies. And
And what's that for? Is that for that last one?
SSRI is a serotonin, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. Means that they block the neurons of retaking up the serotonin to be destroyed, so that your serotonin, your happy hormone, can last longer. You feel good.
Yeah.
But under inflammation state, especially neuroinflammation, I don't have time to go through the details of this part because we're not
No, it's
focusing
okay.
on that one. The neuroinflammation is cause your body to deplete of serotonin, basically, through a certain pathway called kynurenine pathway. If you look it up, at inflammation states, it causes it to be depleted of serotonin. You have a less of serotonin, even to make melatonin, affects your sleeping, affects your
Yeah.
mood. It's very common now.
Yeah,
So
I've heard
this is
that.
one of the long COVID can do. And I haven't gone through this one. Maybe one day I do this part as well.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
interesting
Hey,
as
the
well.
sleeping one should be a show all on its own. You know what I mean? Because
Probably this
lots
one
of
we need
people
to
suffer
sleep,
from that.
because sleep one is another very interesting one because of
Yeah.
certain things they discover. And
Yeah.
then the blood-brain barrier leak, we talk about it, very important. The
Yeah.
glycocalyx layer, then the blood-brain barrier, both are important information. And then the mitochondrial dysfunction, we talk about energy, long COVID fatigue. These
Yeah.
are all adding up to the toll for the long COVID to your brain. And then the sleep. Sleep will be, if you don't have enough sleep, actually your whole body cannot heal properly. That's why sleep actually is the most important, because
Yeah.
there are
Okay.
evidence that we see even in my younger years. There is a time that you have a lot of young people, they playing games in cafes,
Yeah.
and literally you see even in my country, Malaysia, it happens, but it more happen in people that are more uh, what they call committed to playing games. They can play 24 hours, like 2 days, 3 days non-stop. Literally, they can do
Wow.
that. And when they do that, even they eat like instant noodle, whatever they drop here and there, they literally they can drop dead because they did not sleep.
They can drop
That,
dead.
if you
My
don't
God.
sleep, you will usually you because because of the addictive of the gaming, the dopamine, it causes you to override a lot of parts in your brain, especially young people. They have
Yeah.
this ability to do even better, their will. And I've seen few cases, if you look it up, that they can just drop dead, and then when they checked how they die heart failure. Young people. So when you
Amazing.
don't sleep, naturally you will get sick, you will force to rest. Not a single
Yeah.
human being you don't like you can deprive of sleep for a long time. Never happen. You will
Yeah.
get sick and then you need to replenish, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you don't sleep, basically every part of the body cannot heal properly. Even your brain clearing the waste cannot clear properly. That's the one we
Yeah.
can talk about next time, about sleep.
Yeah.
And then the next one we want to talk about today is another part of neurodegeneration, which is causing the cognitive issues, which is accelerated brain aging. There are more words come out. Why you see so many news to talk about accelerated brain aging? Young people in their 20s and 30s. They don't tell you.
In their 20s and 30s, getting dementia,
No, they use different terms. They say brain aging.
brain aging. So they call it the brain aging, but it's actually
Yeah, so they use different terms so it doesn't scare you, let you used to it. Oh, it's just aging, I'm getting older. But you see, one thing about brain, once you injure your brain to a certain degree, or you are under certain emotion, press soul for a long time, you lost the ability to think rationally. Do you notice that?
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
cannot think or make logical thinking because you're so used to someone telling you do something.
Yeah.
Especially now
Yeah.
with the ChatGPT and all this, you just
Yeah.
follow everything without using your brain to really learn and understand and find out if there's any mistakes. Then
Yeah.
this kind of society, it's prime for everything the media say. They will literally believe and they just do it without thinking. And this kind of brain inflammation contributes to that because you already suffer headache, migraine, whatever things, brain fog that is causing you pain, that you don't have time for other things, other people, whatever. You only think about yourself when you're in pain.
Mm.
Everyone knows that. I think when we are in
Yeah, that's
pain,
true.
mostly we are thought it's ourselves. It's just natural survival mechanism. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we want to talk about spike protein that is cause is like a Trojan horse. That's an
Yeah.
interesting one. So most people, I think, they know to a certain degree spike protein persists in the body, but not many people know that it persists in your brain, in your skull, in your meninges. Can you put up the slide number 2?
Number 2. Yep.
And the spike protein can persist up to 4 years. So far, I found the research, 4 years. So it's getting longer. You see?
Yeah, it's supposed to last a few days. Now it's 4 years.
Yeah. So far,
So
I
your
see.
body is now a spike protein factory, basically. That's what it is.
If it can produce spike protein, it makes sense. And
Yeah.
previously, they were concerned is if you can pass down to your genetic materials and all this. So far, I haven't proven yet. If that's the
Yeah.
case, then you can produce it by your own self. No one hasn't proved it yet, but this is just something in the thought and concern. Now,
Yeah.
with the spike protein, you can see that the spike protein on the top, you can see that there's spike protein on the skull.
Yep.
And then you can see that the spike protein in the meninges where your blood vessels are. Makes sense because it comes in the blood, right?
Yes.
It comes from the
Yes.
blood-brain barrier.
Yeah,
We'll
I
talk
see
about
what
it.
you mean now. Yep.
And then it's also have found in the brain as well. I was
Wow.
thinking of using a video to see that, but later if I put this one, I put the reference, you can look into it. They have from mouse to human skulls. They see the area of the spike protein. Some of them light up like Christmas tree,
Oh my
especially in the
Lord.
kidneys and the liver. It makes sense because these are the area that your body working very hard to get rid of it. Your
Yes.
kidneys and your
Yes.
liver. It makes sense.
Yeah.
And then when
Yeah.
you go to the brain regions, you have not fully light up, but still there are certain area that persists. And they say that it tend likely to persist in your skull because less blood flow in there, right? So they
Yeah.
can
Okay.
hide somewhere,
Yeah.
stick somewhere. The spike protein literally very sticky by
In your
itself. That's why
brain,
it
where
causes
does it?
much.
When you say it resides in one part of the brain, is it the front?
Uh, Anywhere that is causing the problem.
Oh, okay. Yes, I understand.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, like even Parkinson is literally deep inside substantia nigra, even there.
Wow. Okay.
But it doesn't happen to everyone, you see.
Yeah.
And the concern is the one that in the skull because it doesn't have blood flow. Meninges usually doesn't have a lot because it's a high blood flow area, so it just flush
Yeah.
all the way. You cannot detect easily a lot of it. And the
Yeah.
brain area, some of it because it's not so easily crossed, but when it cross, it can persist as well. So now you can see that how this brain inflammation, microglia activations is keep happening because of these issues. See, they can say also once you have that, they also found that it increased severity of future injuries.
Yeah. I've seen
So
that.
it's like what do you call it? It can stack up the effect, accumulative effect. That's what I'm trying to say. So
Now, can I ask, do unvaccinated people, are we infected like with this now ourselves, or is that
if the
different?
spike protein can end up going to that area, which as long as the spike protein access to your blood vessels, and then it can go to your blood flows, and then it go through your blood-brain barrier. If your blood-brain barrier is not as good, then some of them might go through. Blood-brain barrier actually is to stop this kind of threats. But
Yeah.
the spike protein can cause leaky barrier by itself because of
Yes.
inflammation. So we can't really tell until later. We can go to lab and measure now, which is good thing. Later we'll talk about that. What can be
Yeah.
measured? So you know, is it damaging or your body is so good that whatever it happens, even exposed, it repairs because they are all dose dependent. By the way, they have been showing that spike all these they are also dose dependent. That's why those that pass those that
What are they
autopsies
dependent on? Sorry.
dose means that how much of the spike protein you're exposed to. Makes sense.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So if they find out that a lot of it, and then usually it found in autopsies.
Yeah.
There's autopsy reports. So they call like what they call unusually high amount,
Yeah.
something like that. So it is still good thing that if you're not injected, so that you have far lesser than the rest compared to the one that's making. Makes sense, yeah?
Yeah.
Or depends on your exposure as well. But I mean, we already talked about how to deal with the spike protein. I think you know about it, which is nattokinase, and all this works very well. That's why I maintain
Yes.
taking it as well. Just for I'm in the pharmacy, so I exposed to all this all the time.
Yeah. Of
And
course you are.
yeah, and today what I want to talk more a little bit is about how it spread the seeds. This is the one that not many people want to talk about because they might not understand it. But
Mhm.
we know that currently, what science we know that there are certain kind of proteins they can misfold and cause neurodegenerative disease. Example is amyloid beta AB. You always see that for Alzheimer's disease.
Yeah.
This kind of protein, when it misfold, it can cause development of Alzheimer's disease, or the tau protein, TAU, also for Alzheimer. And the other form of protein that misfold is alpha-synuclein. It's just alpha SYN. That is the one that they also found. That one is the one that contributing to Parkinson's.
Mhm.
And by the way, all these proteins has been found to be more developed, more in amount in those in autopsy that pass away with either COVID or
Mm.
some kind of COVID infections. So there is evidence that there's already evidence, these are clinical evidence already, that spike protein can cause this kind of misfolding of proteins. That's why today we
Yeah.
want to talk about that one.
Sure.
Let me see which is the slide first.
Is that slide 3, spike seeding?
Yeah, probably you can start with that one. So this is the one of the tests they did with spike protein. If you see the top there, There's no
Yeah.
seed, they just bunch of dots and nothing.
Yeah.
So when you have the spike proteins, you see that on the center one, that if it happens, it becomes like more of the, when you see it quite significantly, you can see that it starts to form like a line, kind of like a what do you call, filaments, fibrils.
Yes.
And the thing is, there is lag time for seeding, means that certain spike protein tend to seed faster.
Wow.
So need to be aware. They didn't mention, they talk about amino acid sequence all this, so I don't know which one is the one being injected, whatever. But just bear in mind, there are difference. So if you can see that on the right hand side, the graph, these are the normal time for the what do you call this, filaments, all these fibrils to form. Yeah. When
Yeah.
you have the seeding of spike protein, all the groups you see on the left, these are the one are being seeded by spike protein. It cuts out the time. You see the lag time there.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
it
God.
does accelerate the time. That's my real concern. So it means that in general, normal nature, how long it takes, even with all the development, science, what modern technology, everything, other foods and everything, there's already a baseline of increased risk of Alzheimer. People already concerned before COVID, right? Now you have spike protein that is seeding. They call seeding. If you look it up, spike protein seeding is a very common thing now. It's a well-known science now.
Spike protein seeding.
Yeah. So they are seeding. Seeding means that they cause the proteins surrounding them, their specific proteins, they have more affinity to influence it to change shape. So when they change shape, they form such a shape that they can misfold and then they can stack on top of each other.
I've heard
So
of
I give
this.
you an example of seed.
Dr. Paul Oosterhouse was warning about this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we talk about the microclots and all these clots, right? That
Because
is
this
also
is what
seeding with a
caused mad
fibrils.
cow disease, wasn't it?
That one, yes.
What? Yeah.
That one is early days when they have two cases, I think 2 cases only, 2 cases of COVID infection, and they die of mad cow CKJ. That
CKG,
kind of
yeah.
disease talk about. It's very similar to mad cow disease, but it's human terms.
Yeah.
That's why they're so alarmed, because of this thing developed just out of nowhere, and the
Wow.
patient died. I think two cases. There was 2 cases. So that's how they become very attentive into researching about neurodegeneration because of spike proteins.
Yeah.
And let me see. Can you put a share? I show maybe a proper one to see the seeding, maybe clearer.
Which number is
Oh,
that?
hang on. Do I
Slide.
just add in my present? No, my own one, because I just add some. Do I just put
Yeah,
share
sure.
image file, or I pass it to you?
Yeah. Share image file. Yep.
Okay, image file. Hang on. Yeah. I mean, like, when we know about it, we need to do something about it as well. That's this one.
Okay. Seeding PNG. There.
Yes. Okay. So this is an example. This is just in a picture form. PRP is a human prion. So
Prion. That's it.
Yeah,
Prion.
prion exists in human brains naturally. It seems to
Yes.
have some neuroinflammatory protection, but under
Okay.
certain circumstance, it can turn against you. Means that
Yeah.
when you have
Fold.
a
And
seed,
it can't unfold, isn't it?
yes, and then the seed. So something needs to trigger the seed. Spike protein is proven, is shown to seed these human prions. And then you can see that when they seed the conversion, you see the bottom there, oligomer. Oligomer means that they become longer and longer polymer. And then that's why they call elongation. They keep adding elongation. You have
Yeah.
photofibrils, and then the aggregation, more and more, they become fibrils. All these sticks, you see, like the sticks,
Wow.
all the microscope see all the while. They
Yeah.
are all, in terms of general umbrella, they are all aggregations and form amyloid fibrils. There's a term.
Yes.
Amyloid is it's an aggregation of proteins that is toxic to your cells. So you can see that when something is toxic, it will perpetuate the inflammation by itself. So
Yeah.
it's like a vicious cycle. That's why it can accelerate, because it keeps adding on and on.
Yes.
And once you form a certain mass of these fibrils, it cannot just naturally remove that's when it become advanced, more advanced situations. So this seeding, the concept of seeding is so important to understand it. And there's another one, let me add another one to give you an even bigger picture of it. Let's see, this one.
Yeah, we've had Richard Carey, another friend of mine, and Dr. Paul Oosterhouse and Dr. Pay have all been warning about prions.
Yeah.
So it's real now. It's really becoming apparent. Here
Remember in the beginning I told you before, the prion is the prion-like domain.
Yes.
There is a 3 domains. One of it is prion-like domains. That is the one. It doesn't happen usually in normal viruses though. That's my question. Why is that? You tell me. So you can see this one, even in the early days, I think 2022, 2021, they already found out that all this information, you see all sorts of seeding that at the end you want to see is they all form fibrils. So the bottom one is to the blood vessels.
Yes.
The top one is to in the liver, the other one in the lungs. Oh, it's too small. I can't even read it. Okay, let me see. Okay, now I put full screen. Okay, now I can see. So the first one is this is just inflammation. You can trigger the amyloid fibrils, and then cytokine storm also can. We know the one previously. Oxidative stress. The bottom one is the one that is
what is a cytokine storm?
Cytokine storm is your inflammation signaling molecules that's in overdrive.
All right.
It means to quickly, cytokine is generally, if it's being activated for inflammation state, is meant to quickly calm quickly contain the threat of virus usually, because they are quite aggressive virus in the early stage. They need to deal with quite aggressively, because usually in about 72 days, roughly around that time, the virus can replicate very fast exponentially. So virus is very unique, and with cytokine, they release all these inflammation molecules to contain it. The fever actually, it's very helpful to contain the virus and kill the virus first. Know that? Even flu virus can't handle temperature of 37. Your body's temperature actually kills the flu virus. That's why flu virus usually stuck around your nasal passage about 35 degrees something. They replicate fast there. Yeah. That's why when I have flu and all this, which is a long time ago, I will heat myself. I let the fever take place, and then I still wrap myself with blankets. Yeah. It's uncomfortable, but once you understand it, you are healthy adults, you don't have problems. But if the kids and all this, you can get the seizures, which is not good, of course. But depends.
See, when you're saying you do that, Lee, it's like you're basically getting your body to 38 or even more, and that basically burns out the.
Literally, I'll fry you. I remember I said that before. Because sometimes this nothing, and in the past I explained before, because I almost never get, even if I get, but it's a long time ago, or flu or cold.
Yes.
Flu, especially because you got muscle aches. More than 3 days. I intentionally attack it within 3 days, I told you. Even I'm a male, I'm more disadvantaged, but still, if I do that, I suffer more, which I sweat a lot, but I intentionally fry the virus, literally. Once you understand that, go under the sun. That's why I told my friend, all this, you got flu, cold, whatever COVID you call that, go under the sun.
Wow. Now, I remember that. Next time I get sick, I'm going to try that. I'm going to heat myself up and.
But make sure that you are not sick, you don't have health issues and all this, because it's very hard to tell people, like, but these are olden days what we did, I think, that they just let it run the course, you see. You don't really take, because when
this is a friend of mine, Carey. So my mum has good cognitive function, lost prefrontal cortex and or the pineal gland, has daily mood swings since COVID jabs, health rapidly deteriorated past 5 years, 5 jabs. Wow. So that's what you're talking about.
Yes.
On the ground. I'm sorry, Carey.
Yeah, and they are also mentioned, if you look at all research paper, they are real concerned that it can accelerate.
Really?
But because of the evidence, they prove that it can seed, it can produce seeding. Prion is one of it. Nucleus, misfold or protein nucleation is called, that we just saw. And then the other one is cross seeding with amyloid beta proteins, the tau protein, and alpha synuclein proteins. So now it's cross, means that your spike protein come and cause this amyloid beta, all this to misfold, and
Yeah.
basically you trigger the formation of all this misfolding of proteins to cause it to become fibrils more and more. And let me see whether I have the picture for this one or not.
You got another slide you're putting up?
Probably I can put this one. Let me put this one.
Yep, no worries.
Because this concept is very important to understand, because once you understand, you notice how important to, especially if you have symptoms, you want to track it until when you see the signs to say that how long the spike protein will last and all this. The
Yeah.
science hasn't come out yet, so we can't tell anything other than you measure it, and then you prevent it develop into a more serious case, that you have a shrinkage of your brain tissues. That one,
So your brain actually starts to shrink.
yes, you look at all the papers with more advanced dementia. One of the hallmark of morphology is shrinkage of brain mass. It's called.
Yeah.
It's a scary word, but like I said, I mentioned that it can go up to late stage and go up to 1.4 kilos
Yeah.
brain mass.
God.
Literally shrink it. Literally,
Yeah,
it shrink it.
amazing.
What happened? I can't share this one. Can I share limited? Is there a limitation I can share or what?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Oh, okay, come up. The third time only. Anyway, so this one, you can see that this is just to show the seeding again. So this is a native, let's say native brain cells. And then if you have the seeding happen by the spike protein, it causes it to misfold, and then it form into different kind of fibrils and bunch up all together. And then if it happens in different parts of the neurons, it will cause problems.
Yeah.
Example is your membrane integrity. When your membrane is affected, your cell signaling, all this affected, communication affected.
Yeah.
And oxidative stress, of course, the cell starts to die. That's the worst one if it hits the mitochondria. And then, so it basically it keep bunching up all these sticky fibrils. It keeps
Yes.
bunching up. It keeps making longer and longer as you go. So where does it go? It keeps getting longer, that's all. And these are toxic to the brain cells. They are toxic to the brain cells. So it keeps forming this kind of proteins that is seeding, and continuously. And depends on how good is your body, like autophagy, which is your cell immune to gobble it up, all these
Yeah.
early of the microfibrils, very small, very separate, very isolate, then you can deal with the load, which what immune system meant to do. But when
Yeah.
acceleration happen, and then you go to your day by day and doing your thing, and then of course you cannot automatically do it. But the fibrils, if you keep extending, depends on how much spike protein persists in the brain. No one can measure at the
Yeah.
moment unless you do autopsies. So we do not know. So the only thing we can know is more on to measure the outcome in terms of your symptoms,
Yep.
which is not that good as well, because I can show you later. But the thing is biomarkers. So literally it measures how much neurons being broken down. There are certain amount, if it happens, starting is a sign of neurodegeneration. See?
Yeah.
So in fact, these spike fragments or spike proteins, they are like, we call them molecular zombies.
Molecular zombies.
Yeah, I don't coin these terms. And then it seems to cause like forced misfolding. Because
So it
like I
actually
said, it has a specific binding domain for that. So it's like a Velcro. It starts to stick, and then they make it sticky in a way that it keeps forming that it stack up each other. Sometimes the alpha beta type of amyloid is like a chairs, so it stacks up. It stacks
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
If you look
yeah.
it up,
Like
yeah,
chairs and halls and stuff.
yeah, it's a chair. So you can see how long it can stack a lot of very long chairs, right? When it stack up, it becomes elongated. That's what happens. And these are very strong bonding. It doesn't just
Yeah.
dissolve when it starts to happen.
Because prions are hard to destroy, aren't they?
No, it cannot be I don't think it can destroy.
I don't
That's
think
why
you can
mad cow
destroy
disease,
it.
you can't just destroy the prions. No,
Even like when they had it in the mad cows disease, they were setting the cows on fire to
no,
try
I don't
burn
think
it.
it can.
And I don't think they
It-
even did it then.
No, yeah. It's a very distinct entity that it's not easily. And the spike protein is the one that accelerates it. That's the problem. See?
Yeah.
And that's why my concern is a brain fog can be an early sign of some form of neurodegenerative. Later, we'll see how we maybe measure it.
Yeah.
And now to add more fire to the field, we'll talk about genetic susceptibility. This is just I discovered recently because I was looking at how can we get rid of this excess things that fibrils that form or the spike proteins. And then I found out that there are specific carrier molecules that is always talked about in Alzheimer's, which is the APOE carrier
Yeah.
molecule, carrier proteins. It moves actually cholesterol and lipids from nerves. That is for repairs. It is, I would say, equivalent to your LDL lipoprotein, not cholesterol. You cannot say it's cholesterol because cholesterol is the content in the LDL. LDL is a vehicle. So the ApoE is a vehicle. So your body, your bloodstreams outside your brain, you have a system that transport cholesterol. Cholesterol is not dissolved in blood, so it's very hard to transport. So you have LDL to transport cholesterol. So it moves around, moves towards the area of damaged vessels to repairs. And this LDL is the one that is equivalent, is similar to APO in the brain because your cholesterol cannot cross your blood-brain barrier. It needs to carry through a transporter, which is a ApoE, is a proteins, lipoproteins that are can able to carry cholesterol. That's why it's so important for brain repairs. So when you start to have a late stage and all this Alzheimer's, all this APO is not working properly even. You have dysfunction of your lipids that's being produced. You have less of it. When you produce less of the cholesterol and the fats, fatty acids, and your brain literally shrinks because it's made of the building blocks.
Yeah.
Make sense? Because your membranes, why our brains are whitish? Because full of fat. Simple as that. Full of cholesterol. And we talk about myelin sheath, full of fat. That's why it's white. Your myelin is white. Last time we mentioned about it.
So it's all okay. Made of
Yeah,
fat.
yeah. So this is the APOE4. APOE4 is the strongest risk for Alzheimer. I think like 12 times. I can't remember. I forgot to put the amount, but it's very high.
Yeah.
And I think at least 15% of population at least have one copy of the gene. This is part of the gene.
Okay.
Yes. And let's see what UK Alzheimer organization say. Can you put slide 4, ApoE4? Yeah. That scares me when I saw that one.
25 in every 100 people have one copy of APOE4. 2 in 100 people have two copies. Oh.
2 copies. No, 2 copy is 12 times the risk.
Yes.
1 copy, I think, is cut down to half or less than half. APOE is a very strong predictor of Alzheimer. Very strong. That's why there's research always done in regards to APO, this gene. And these are protein carrier molecule, these are transport molecule.
Yeah.
So you can see that 2 in 100 is 2%. That is a lot. And then 25 in 100, it's not less also, it's 1/4.
Yeah, I know. It's astonishing.
25%.
25%.
Now you see why it's causing a problem now. Because I didn't notice this part genetic vulnerability until I realized that why does APO4 is so important in Alzheimer's disease? That's when it will become my curiosity becomes more. I can get better understanding of it.
Yes.
And this is involved in clearing and also clearing all these misfolded proteins and all this. You can see why it's important. And when you have this APO, they actually got APO 1, 2, 3, and 4. The 3 is one in most population, I think. The 2 is protective, the gene type. And then the 1, I've forgotten what is it. But I think it's a mix. But the thing is, the APO4 is the one that is highest of the risk to develop Alzheimer's. That's why they are studying it. And many people have their copies.
Oh my Lord.
And you can see when spike protein plus the genetic vulnerability, you can see where we are heading now.
Yeah.
It's more like a perfect storm. It's
that
a
back.
viral as a catalyst.
Jason Koenig. I have a candle burning next to the computer screen in my peripheral vision, so I get full spectrum light. That's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, wow, man. That
Now
is
we're heading, yes. This is
very
by
concerning.
UK. I think UK Alzheimer.org. So they
Yeah.
are telling Alzheimer raise awareness. But now we got seeding happening for this to process accelerate. That is the real concern. Can you put up slide 5 that we see about the
Sure.
dementia so that we can understand more?
Let me find it. Slide 1. Slide
I think it's 5.
3.
Yeah, 5. Did I give you?
I don't know if I have slide 5. Let me just check. I'll go back to
I
where I
can
got them
edit.
from.
That's fine. Let me see if I can.
4, 3. Slide 5. Yes, here it is.
Okay.
Okay, we've got to get rid of some of these images. Hold on. Let me just get rid of this one.
I can edit in.
Yeah, that's okay. I got it here. Yeah. And yep, it's here. Just put it up now.
Yeah. So now you can see that we do just a side-by-side comparison. So there are 7 stages of dementia. And stage 1 usually is normal conditions. I don't know why they call
So you
stage
have
1.
no idea you've got it.
Yeah,
You're like
basically.
asymptomatic.
But the silent seeding is happening because it has been shown. Once you have
Yeah.
spike protein, if spike protein stay long enough, it will cause that. Simple as that. The question is how much is causing it, how much you're getting rid of it. Maybe you are healthy, you will get rid most of it. Your baseline is no threat. I don't know because we don't have anything to measure. But the stage 2 is the one that you're starting to have some mild cognitive. So more like brain fog thing. So
Yes.
names, small things, items kind of thing. Small.
So you forget where you put stuff.
Yeah.
And you get people's names.
Mm.
I'm already there, mate.
Yeah. Then the other one is more on complicated things like word findings. You know, want to phrase the word.
Yeah.
And performance. This
Trouble
is
concentrating.
this one, it's the one that causes people quite distressing because like I can't seem to do stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I used to
But
do
there's
5
many
things.
long COVID patients sit here. So a lot of people losing 5 to 7 years of brain function. Oh my God, this is horrendous.
Yeah, because it adds up all this kind of hours lost and all this. And this is like I put it like it's like this stage after 3 is the borderline towards more serious one already.
Yeah.
So you see, even more serious one is part of the symptom of persistent brain fog. You can see down there.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's overlapping with the mild dementia and all this, you see.
Yeah.
So now you can see that, you know, you don't put association of it, but that is possible. And now you can see that if you are 3 and then the 4, and then if you especially got APO4 allele, which is the gene carrier, first
Yes.
one copy genes, I think it's about 3 times, 4 times. And then if it's double copies, it's 12 times.
God.
12 times most likely is your family, what do you call family history. Then
Yes.
you can know pretty much.
Genetics of it, yeah.
Yeah. That's what we are seeing now.
Wow.
And then The seeding, by the way, it doesn't stop it all the way, keep going.
So it never stops.
Just like spike protein, it keep causing inflammation, never stops.
Yes.
How does it stop unless
It's like pouring
it's
petrol
not
into the
there?
fire.
That's my
Yeah.
real that's the real concern. So you
Yeah.
can see that it seems to overlap with long COVID symptoms.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we never know. I didn't say that it is, but I prefer to be wrong, but do something so that your brain, everything is protected. But few of people that really
Yeah.
have risks, they are protected because of this information.
Yeah.
Then you don't do anything, and then you have a prediction at what they are saying, like what do you call 100+ million will be have dementia. What
Yeah.
kind of world is that?
Yeah.
What kind of world are you gonna live in? You can foresee straight away. You will be governed by technology, not
Yes.
humans, because
Yeah. Absolutely.
you are not even a human being anymore if you can't even recognize meaningful, what do you call someone, a person, because you're
Yeah.
don't have the ability to.
There's not going to be enough people to care for them, because
Exactly. That's
it's
why.
a lot of people don't like doing caring, and they're always right now they're struggling to get enough carers and people,
Exactly.
nursing home workers. They're not going to be able
Yeah.
to find enough people.
Do you think that it's just coincident that like this? There are a lot of the elderly has passed since then,
Yeah.
but you can see that another groups is coming in,
Yeah.
and my real concern is they are far younger one.
Yeah. Oh, that'd
But
be tragic for someone
pay
to have
attention
dementia in
to.
their
We
30s
only
or even
we're not even 5 years yet. Have we 5 years yet, Rich? A lot of things happens usually after 5 years.
yeah.
Even cancer reactivation, stem
Yeah.
cells, 5 years.
Yeah.
So you can see the firestorm. Oh, I haven't talked about cancer yet. You see?
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you, it's going to be very catastrophic in terms of you will have such a burden of disease problems that you don't know what to do literally.
Yeah.
And
We
that's
had
when technology
Rosemary
take over.
Marshall interviewed a woman, young girl, the other day. She said she was at a dinner party with 12 friends, all females, and all but one had fertility problems. Just one was fine. The other 12 had fertility problems. So you got
Yeah.
fertility problems from birth, and then you got all this problem. It's like attacked from all sides. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like I'm saying. So everything I say, even since the podcast started, they're all related. You have to
Yeah.
do every part of this stuff that we'll talk about because they all contribute to upstream your health. Yeah. So now we talk about things that are more hopeful. So we mentioned, I remember mentioned last time we talked about Terry Wall.
Are you
If you
finished
look
with
up
this
her
slide?
life story. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So just be in mind, stage one, stage two is the earliest stage that you want to intervene, which is the
Yes.
earliest sign of anything because brains are very survival. So they will
Okay.
push to survive, but neglecting the damage and all this and
Yeah.
accumulative of it that you can handle literally
Yeah.
until like Parkinson's 80% of the brain mass lost.
So if you sort of fill your bus full of petrol instead of diesel, that might be a sign. So I'm thinking
Yeah, if you notice a lot of mistake you do, one thing.
Yeah.
Mistake,
Yeah.
common mistake. I don't know this mistake. And like I have my housemate, there's one she always have coffee, bring to work, but always the coffee put at the boot of another car and then left whenever before I go to work, I always see is there. One of the
The
signs.
coffee's there unless you forgot to pick it up.
Yes. I see I count like in 1 week how many times. It's
Do you
getting
know
more
I've
and
stopped
more.
drinking coffee? I drink
Oh,
dandelion tea. I'm just this
beautiful.
old soft hippie
Dandelion.
now. Dandelion
Yeah,
tea.
we
Now
talked
with
about it
sugar.
previously. Yeah.
I feel great. It makes you feel terrific. I have like 4 or 5 a day, That's all because of
Wow.
Cal. But yeah, I stopped. I don't drink coffee. It's amazing,
Yeah. Yeah. So this is the thing that you want to realize. So we want to continue with Terry Wall. If you look it up, I think by her understanding of her protocol, because she is a MS survivor. I've
Okay.
never seen someone that has been bedridden. If you look at YouTube, all this, you can see her testimony. She was literally until bedridden, and then she was functional medicine. She became functional medicine doctor while being sick to learn all this to heal herself. Nothing
We had
is
a man
more
on just
admirable.
before this show called Sean. He had MS for 20 years and then finally got to a point he said, I'm not taking drugs anymore. Stopped cold turkey. For 6 years, he hasn't had an attack.
Yeah.
He's never felt better,
So
you know?
so a lot of information she has is very I use some of it so that to get something going. Okay, so most important is you want to feed your cells. Yeah, nourish.
Yeah.
I start with nourishment. Yeah, the spike protein protocol, of course, the endocannase and all these
Yeah.
fundamentals. But feed your cell, with high volume of vegetables in terms of green and leafy. Green and
Green and
leafy
leafy.
is rich in magnesium, folate, and potassium. These are to help with clearing house in your flow of your brain lymphatic system. I'll talk about the next time about
Can
how
you
to
guys
clear the
ask
waste.
me, the leafy vegetables are better for magnesium than magnesium tablets? It's better to eat the
Not
vegetables?
necessarily. If you take magnesium tablet, actually you can get higher dose, like especially magnesium glycinate.
Yeah.
But we start with meals. People, if you want to make a general, people don't want to afford. They want to natural. 3 cups
Yeah.
of leafy greens. I think that's terrible. I like that idea. 3 cups of leafy greens.
Yeah.
I have like whole big bunch of this. What do you call this? Imperfect spinach. I like to eat spinach, so I always have that one.
Imperfect spinach.
Yeah, you can buy in Coles this kind of imperfect spinach. It's a whole bunch of it, like $4.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I increase my green leafy now as well. Yeah. So this is part of your
How do you
magnesium.
eat that? What do you have it with?
I can saute it, I can cook it, I can eat raw salad. So many ways you can eat spinach.
Yeah,
Not
cool.
raw, usually it's just after I cook something, I just sprinkle on it.
Yeah.
And next one is sulfur-rich vegetables. I always talk about it. She also have it, like 3 cups of
Is this the
sulfur-rich
purple
vegetables.
ones?
No, the sulfur-rich are the ones that are cruciferous. That's the word. Cruciferous. If you Google cruciferous vegetables, like
Yeah.
I think kale as well, brassica
Kale.
sprouts,
Yeah.
broccoli. I'm taking broccoli sprouts much higher, containing 14 times more. I've forgotten about broccoli because broccoli is quite expensive. I'm not willing to
Yeah.
spend that much. I buy seeds. I grow my microgreens. I told you before. And this broccoli
Okay.
sprouts, it can 14
Yeah.
times more, and
Really?
it's cheaper because seeds are like $5 or something. You buy online, but you
Yeah.
can do. I think it's my 3rd round already. It's more
Okay.
than you spend on broccoli already. So
Yeah.
be more creative. Find out,
So the
what are
heirloom
sulfur rich.
seeds then, you can actually get the seeds out of the plant and
Yeah,
regrow.
yeah. That's what
Okay.
I've been telling as well. You before.
Yeah.
I think you can grow your own microgreens. Microgreens are very packed in nutrients,
Yeah.
and this will able to subsidize what they call better compared to if you buy vegetables like broccoli. Now it's so expensive nowadays compared to previously.
Yeah.
So whenever it's cheaper, I'll buy. But if not, I'm not missing it. I'll just take microgreens. I'm fine. So colorful. Another one is 3 cups of colorful veggies. They are colorful, particularly blue, black, purple, because blue, black, purple are heavily researched. That's why they're called superfoods. There's a reason because of anthocyanin content, the polyphenols content, which is the potent antioxidants, on top of other colors food. But purple, if you can focus more, it will help your brain a lot.
Okay.
And they are basically what they do is these polyphenols, what they call flavonoids, they actually short circuit the seeding process.
Oh, wow. So they're really purple vegetables.
You can see that people take that, they don't have. Oh, you see people that take a lot of this purple, intense color stuff, especially people in. I noticed there's a pattern in South America. I
Yeah.
see documentaries also. There are some unique purple potatoes. They are very tense in purple. These people live long, even. They live
Really?
long. They have good memory.
Wow. Purple
They live in the
potato.
mountains area. I think I can't remember what it's called. Specific breed of these purple potatoes in
Yeah.
the Andes. I think I can't remember exactly the location.
Yeah, in the Andes, yeah.
These are traditional food, by the way. You look at that.
Stephen wants to know, is liquid chlorophyll any good for you?
Liquid
Maybe to
chlorophyll
put you to sleep.
is for more like detox, but what you call detox is more in general in terms of your liver, not necessarily the spike proteins. You gotta need the difference. When you talk about spike protein detox, you must have a capability of break down the spike protein to stop the threats. Because when you break down, only you can clear it. If you don't break down, usually it is still persisted because it is not easily, it is human-like. This spike protein you need to know. There has a human-like domain that your body immune recognize as human. That's why it so persists, because
Yeah.
your immune system find hard to detect it because
Yeah.
of the certain receptors, like their handshake that to the immune cells that cause them. They call a human-like domain or something like this. That's why this is the strongest evidence that it is man-made, because it doesn't exist in any virus ever. I can't remember. PRA insert or
Yeah.
pseudo uridine or something. It's a technical name. If
Yeah.
you look it up, it's a long time ago they know about
I
it.
don't know, not that they finally have the last bit of evidence, but it's pretty clear that this was a man-made thing. You know. Yeah, it's pretty clear.
But I
There's
usually need
a few questions coming in here just to slow you down. There's where was it? Jason, don't overdo cruciferous vegetables. They are what's that?
goitrogenic.
Yes, thanks.
If you have thyroid issues, yeah. But
Terrible.
by the way, when you cook it, it doesn't. You break down the stuff. I don't know what is it. There are the certain stuff that it causing the problem.
Okay.
You are right that it can cause that if you take raw cruciferous vegetables.
Yeah.
Raw. If you cook it, that's why you break it down. The sulfur, if you cook it, is still there. That's why. Yes. Thanks for letting us know. Actually, the raw. That's why I don't do a lot of cruciferous like raw juicing a lot. You don't usually need it even.
Yeah.
But yes, you can cause a problem if you overdo it. In general population, they usually don't happen unless someone that is very intense in putting all this in raw, like 3 cups raw cruciferous. It can possible. I think 3 cups or more. You can
Yeah.
start still, especially if your thyroid doesn't have a good antioxidant and all this. Yeah, like selenium. So these are just the food. Now we go about supplement type that you can do, which is amazingly is the one that we already know. But I can just explain some of it. The curcumin, people
Yep.
know about turmeric. The big difference is turmeric people are not taking enough in the right form,
Oh, really?
because turmeric doesn't cross blood-brain barrier easily. They're quite
Yeah.
big. So you need the phytosome, which is a plant mixed with fat that is liposomal, which is a lipid soluble. So it's called liposomal type. And I always say about this brand that I like, I mean that there are others, as we see that as long as liposomal type or phytosome. Phytosome means that with plants included. Liposome is just lipids. And this curcumin, like Mariva, it is a phytosome type. So I've been using when I help my clients with all sorts of anti-inflammation and all this. And you can use that one, chances are across the blood-brain barrier, and it can help with reducing the seeding. These are specific towards seeding, not other things. So the seeding one, it stabilizes the proteins. When the proteins are stabilized, means that even the spike protein touches it, causing to unstabilize. If you have this stuff to stabilize it, like curcumin, then it doesn't change the conformation that much. Chances are it's less likely to form that kind of fibrils. And these are, the one I mentioned, are more evidence-based. They have some evidence of it. Curcumin, EGCG, which is another kind of flavonoids. I mentioned about
What was that?
flavonoids. EGCG. It's a very long name, but most people know about EGCG nowadays because of weight loss and all this.
EGCG. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that one comes from green tea or your
Yeah.
favorite matcha. Is it called matcha? What do you call that?
Don't
Yeah.
ask me. It's the first time I've heard of it.
Matcha, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought I'm talking about other language. But that stuff contains a lot of EGCG. And this...
Lynn, I mean, what is the
you
curcumin
can get...
brand name?
It's called Mariva. Let me type and see. Mariva. That's my favorite
Okay,
one. I
yep.
take it myself as well sometimes, but not all the time.
Okay,
And
keep watching in a minute. It's going up now. Here it is. I'll leave it up for a bit. Merava.
yeah,
There, have you got that, Lynn?
yeah, I think.
Just send a
you
little
type
thing
it,
when
yeah.
you have it. Can we have a list of the end of the stream? Yeah, I think just take notes, Lynn. There's we've been working all day with Preside. There's what about nano curcumin liquid?
Nano curcumin depends on, is that truly nano? Because
Ah.
nowadays it can become a brand name or whatever name.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so it's actually
Yes,
saying
if the formula is not nano, nano will be very expensive. First thing,
yeah,
because you need technology to make it nano size. Nano size is less than 200 nanometers. It's very small.
ridiculously small. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And yeah, turmeric, of course, a lot of things from the ground can be contaminated with heavy metals. Yeah,
yeah,
that's possible as well. Yeah.
yeah.
So with curcumin, green tea, EGCG,
Green tea. Yep.
yeah,
I hate green tea,
EGCG,
but I've heard it's good.
and make sure don't take too much EGCG if you take supplements.
Okay.
Means that whatever recommend there, I think are 1 or 2 per dose,
Yeah.
because there are, this is my concern, is there are few people populations that they are low in their glutathione, which is quite common now because EGCG puts stress on the liver.
Yeah.
And in some case, I mean, in other health products, I think like Herbalife, whatever, I can't remember this kind of companies, they have some of the ECGC are very concentrate or quite a lot.
Yeah.
And if someone
Yeah.
taking in excessive way, it literally can cause liver to fail, liver failure, liver necrosis,
My
require
lord.
transplant. That's the worst one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And it is contributed by EGCG in a high dose in certain group of people.
Yeah.
So be very aware of this. If you look it up, toxicity reports of supplements, EGCG is one of the highest. In quite a lot.
Okay.
Already documented. So
Yeah.
the more mechanism is because it does cause stress in your liver. That's why ideally, if you're not sure, there are study shows if you take EGCG with NAC, remember NAC,
Yep.
NAC
NSD.
increases
Yep.
glutathione. And with
Okay.
that, it reduces the stress level. EGCG, you need to treat like a herb because they are potent.
All right.
They are potent. They use usually
Wow.
for
Okay.
weight loss. That's why people take more excessive ways, because it's for weight loss. Yeah. Magnesium glycinate is good. L-threonate is good. L-threonate also is calming, very calming. No, L-theanine, there's one. The magnesium threonate is actually one of the best because it goes to the brain.
Which one is that? Can you type that into the notes so this is for the
How
brain?
do I spell that one?
That's why I asked
try and
you.
see.
You're the brainiac.
I don't memorize. Oh, my Google already comes up because I already used it before.
Okay. Cool.
Because I know this stuff. I do all this. I mean,
Yeah.
this is the one.
You know,
This
next
is
week
one of
maybe.
the. This is
Okay.
one of
Yeah, I
the.
got it. Yep. Theronate. Yep. Oh, I've heard of that. Yep.
I hope you can get it. I don't think you can get it in Australia.
You can't get it in
Because,
Australia.
because maybe very few specialized shops of certain groups, because these are
Yeah.
very specific to cross blood-brain barrier one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think I mentioned. Did I mention this one last time for
I think so. Yeah.
microglia? All this? Yeah,
Yeah. I
threonate.
think so.
Yeah. See, for your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So magnesium is good, and resveratrol is the next one. Resveratrol, there are a lot of studies. Resveratrol, that activates SIRT1 gene, is to deal with what you call shortening your.
Oh, Jason's ahead of us. Jason's already posted it. Sorry, Jason. I didn't know.
Yeah,
That, man.
NAC contains sulfur. It's part of
Yeah.
cysteine molecule. Yeah. So because
You
of
know, next
glutathione
time
is
you
sulfur.
come on, Lee, maybe Lynn said, "Can we have a list?" I'm not doing it tonight, but maybe next week you can come on. We can have that. You know,
Oh,
like a
the
list.
list, huh? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's easy. Yeah. Resveratrol is the one that help. They've done a lot of studies on anti-aging. That's the beauty industry and all this. That's why
Yeah, it's
red
huge
wine,
industry.
red wine, because of the resveratrol content, it is highly beneficial.
Yeah.
But of course, the alcohol can cause problems if your liver is not up to it and you binge it a lot. So you need to know the balance. But the content of the red, what they call the polyphenols, or in the resveratrol particularly, that's the one that gives the benefit of youthfulness and all this. And
Yeah.
resveratrol also particularly help with your brain as well. They do a lot of study of
Thanks for the
aging
suggestion,
and
Lena.
Alzheimer's.
Just saying, thank Lena Mim 8. Next, we'll get a list next week. Next time we're on. Thank you, Lynn. Yeah. Or Lena, whatever, however you say that name. Yeah,
And
there's
then,
red wine. Yeah, I've always heard red wine is good.
of
Yeah.
course, beware of the alcohol content, of course. But if you can look it up, you can look it up. Some of the red wine particularly have more resveratrol content. But in general, they have been fermented. That's why the color is so intense, because of the
Yeah.
polyphenols and the resveratrol and other polyphenols, many of them. They are beneficial to your
Just going
brain.
to check up here. Just going to see what anybody's got any. Oh, Carrie says deodorants used to give me brain fog.
Yep, aluminum. It can absorb through your skin.
I'm just seeing. Oh, here, this was a question. There are a few people asked this. Julia Chumberly, what do you think of infrared for healing?
Yeah, there is more and more popular. You have infrared for healing. Create what they call heat shock proteins. Cause the renewing of your cell and all this.
That'd be hilarious.
Trigger autophagy. Yeah.
Cal's got one. Here, you want to see it? Get ready. I love this one. This is hilarious. Okay, she's just sorting it out. Keep talking. Yeah, so I'll keep going here.
So where are we? Curcumin, EGCG, resveratrol. Okay.
Yeah, these
The
are the
rest.
things coming through. Look, my stepfather had 7 shots. Hi, Marzipan. And within the last 6 months was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, myocarditis, and dementia. Oh my God.
These are
He got
everything I've been mentioned.
everything. And he's just passed away last week. I'm so sorry, Anne. Oh my
Sorry
God.
to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coffee stops you from absorbing magnesium. I've stopped taking coffee, Jason. I'm dandelion tea now.
Coffee is diuretics. It just depletes your body of minerals because of diuretics as well.
Okay, you ready? You ready, everybody? Here we go. How you doing?
What's that?
That's the
You
face
have
mask.
that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Ned Kelly had worn one instead of mental, he would have died with a much better complexion.
Ooh. Yeah. They're
It's
getting more
hilarious, man. I
popular
love
now.
it. We should actually
Yeah.
we're in a farm. We should go walking out and see scare the kangaroos. Yeah, I know, Stephen. Yeah, I know. You should see. Anyway, so where are we up to? Sorry, I've just taken us away from stuff. Yeah.
So okay. Yeah, this resveratrol actually also disrupt the beta amyloid beta formation. That's why
Yeah.
they've done quite a lot of the studies on Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
With I mean, most of the time when they do studies, you already have the disease. You can see. So
Yeah.
it's kind of not early stage. That's why I can understand why the research doesn't show that it works a lot. Like I'm more on clinical evidence that it does the mechanism
Shut up,
of
Brad.
things that can measure.
Actually, I saw today. This is another thing that Brad's doesn't have much hair. They're saying now, if you call a man bald, that's going to be a sexual assault to call a bald man bald. So, yeah, I saw that today. Rocky, no facial ID with that on. Yeah, that's right, Jennifer. For facial ID, just walked out with that. Yeah, incredible. So sorry, Lee, where were we up to, brother?
Yeah. Curcumin, EGCG, resveratrol, then quercetin. Quercetin, many people have it as well. So quercetin, people are taking it because it's
Yeah.
antiviral, helps with inflammation, helps with allergies, very versatile stuff. So it also have anti-aggregation support. So it stop also. So you have these four usually have more research done on, which is curcumin, HGCG, resveratrol, and quercetin. I think these four, if you take enough for longer, you can get some results on top of the fruits and the veggies I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Sorry, the veggies and all the thing. And then the next time we'll talk about sleep. Then you'll be helping to clear the system, because the idea is you want it
That
to
would be good.
aggregate, because slow moving rivers are very dirty.
Yes.
This is a concept important. Slow moving rivers or even stagnant one.
Yeah.
So the same way is in our what do you call the brain? We call this lymphatic system. We talk about next
Yeah.
time.
So
That
you
will
need to
help.
get everything flowing well. Yeah.
Yes, and these
Upstream.
are all supporting it. Yeah, upstream. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we go to the add-on. I just want to add is how you monitor, because you've been thinking, what can I
Okay.
do about it? What can you do? So I found out that there are such things that you can monitor the amyloid burden.
All
So
right.
there's a ratio. I don't know how much it costs, probably hundreds or
Yes.
something. But if you really have some symptoms like stage 1, 2, or even 3, then
Yes.
you want to do some measurement and then get some baseline.
Yeah.
Because when you have that measurement, you know something is happening.
Yeah.
So whether you want a peace of mind, or or you know something and then you do something about it. It's called plasma alpha, what they call AB442/40 ratio. Let me place this one up. Since if I can do this way, next time I'll put it up.
Okay.
So this is one of it. You can measure the amyloid burden. It's a ratio.
Yeah.
And then the other one is
So this is a treatment
no,
thing or
no.
something?
It's a biomarker.
A biomarker. Okay.
Yeah. This one is neurofilament light chain. This is part of the fragments of the neuronal damage. It's called axonal damage. Axonal is kind of neurons that are being
Yeah.
damaged. It's a good marker for progress for tracking.
Okay.
Not specific for Alzheimer's, but tracking of this breakdown of neurons. It's a good way to know that is it significant issues with breaking down neurons in my body, in my brain, which is not supposed to happen,
Yes.
because this is also accelerated aging is one of the things as well. And then the other one is this one called glial fibrillary acidic protein. It's from your glial cells. Remember
Sorry, I'm
our
just laughing at Brad. He cracks me up.
glial cells.
It's
Yeah.
oh my God, look at that. Look at that name, man.
Yeah, just GFAP is good enough.
Yeah, this is
This
a killer
one
name.
actually it's a marker for your neuroinflammation, and is very sensitive to early amyloid deposition. Early, yeah, early
Glial fibrillary acidic
acidic
protein.
protein. So
My
it's a
God.
part of the glial cells breakdown, so
Yeah,
activation.
yeah, yeah.
So it's good for early sensitive amyloid deposition detection. So this is one way to know. By the way, those people with long COVID has shown to have elevation of NFL and GFAP.
Okay.
That's where I found what are
Yeah.
these for. They did have measurement result of those people with long COVID symptoms
Do you know the
with
sad thing? Oh, sorry, finish. Yep.
what they call neuropsychiatric symptoms, what we call the brain fog and all this. Some of them have this elevation.
Yeah.
That's why you can see evidence of the breakdown, because you don't get symptom without any dysfunction.
Yes.
It's not switch on off something like this. If something breaks down to a certain degree, then you experience the symptoms. See,
Yeah. We've got Julie here saying some jobs people,
in their
she means
30s,
I know, are losing their memory.
in their
People
30s,
in
yeah,
their 30s. So that's
yeah,
some, yeah,
yeah.
jab people, I guess she knows, is what she's saying.
And the
Yeah.
thing is, they won't notice it. Sometimes they just think that it's just normal,
Yeah, I'm
Because
stoned
it
last
becomes your
night
norm.
or something.
Something keep repeating over time for a long period of time will become your another norm. It keeps getting more and more becoming. That's why it's so subtle in a way.
Oh, this is good. So that's the one you said. GFAP is
Yes,
an emerging
yes.
blood biomarker of Alzheimer's disease,
Mm,
offering a promising tool for early diagnosis. Thanks,
yeah.
Jennifer. That's what Lee was
So
talking
this
about.
this this is the measurement that this is the one that you can measure, so that you know your progress, and then you know that although to what
Yeah, so
degree you need to
you're
take
right,
action
Maddie. I
to
did.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. Is there anything else? Yeah, I think for today, maybe we have a few more. We can add another one. I think I forgot to add in is fish oil in the
Yep.
proper context. Okay, fish oil is anti-inflammatories.
Yes.
Yeah, everyone knows that EPA plus DHA. We talk about 1,000 milligram in general. It's good, like 3 times a day. It's a general anti-inflammatories.
Yeah.
With the brain, you need a higher level of DHA. That's why when child was developing with milk and all this, what they formula they always say with DHA. It's for brain development. It's for brain maintenance. So if you have a higher level of DHA, you can improve your membrane in your cells for them to do their job properly, conductivity, cellular signaling, and all this.
Wow.
So it's a general but very important support, especially if you have memory issues already. So you need some helping with the membranes in your brain cells. They need to become more fluid. The DHA actually make it more fluid on top of its antioxidant and all this. But they are very fundamental for neurons functions. If you look it up, DHA, it's whole lots of it. But
Yeah.
I'm talking about high dose of DHA. Usually, I don't think you can get it here. I got it online before to test out how it feels like taking that. DHA of 750 milligrams one. So it's higher one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cod liver oil, vitamin A and D.
And can you see the little green face that he's sick? Used to have it too, Kerry. It's
No.
disgusting.
Fire away, fire away. If you
Well,
really
that's it.
want to get a
Mr.
DNA,
Pharmacist, Mr. Pharmacist, People's Pharmacist. How come everything that's really good for you tastes like crap?
you got an inventor, the one to make billions, make it tasty.
That's right. Make cod liver oil taste like Coca-Cola. You're the next trillionaire.
Oh, just take cod liver oil and drink Coca-Cola. So people won't do that. People know about it.
Yeah, it does that to me too, Jason. It repeats on me. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you take a capsule, I think it'll be better.
Yeah.
If that's the case, yeah. But just
Yeah.
keep an eye if you have very bad burping, either the oil is off, or you have
Oh,
if you have, remember I talked about last time fish oil, how to
yeah.
tell? I tested before. Some of the fish oil is like, oh, I never have experienced so bad burping, not feel comfortable at all, sometimes even. Then I check, realize it's expired.
Oh no.
You see?
Uh,
So it just tells you some, but not all. But the DHA is very important to, in a high dose, they do some study in terms of helping some with memory. But they always
Yeah.
say it's just marginal or sometimes not so much mixed result. The reason, like I said before, when you measure in a disease state, usually
Yeah.
it's already not early stage. That's the sad thing about brain disease.
I'm with
Usually, when you have symptoms, there is clinical symptoms, it's already quite damaged. That's what I found out. Yeah.
See that comment? Had a girlfriend wanting to give me memory tablets, but she forgot where she put them.
Both of you remember? You can tell her then. Maybe you need it one more.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what a great show, Lee. Honestly, it's I'll talk to you after this about planning going ahead. But amazing. Is there anything else?
No, I
It's
think should be enough for people to understand. As much as possible, you want to take things that are the one that leafy green, sulfur, all this, the amount of it, and then the supplements if you look into it. But to be not just do it because of sake of doing it. maybe if you want is to, if you don't have any symptom, let's say, to do some measurement probably. And I
Yeah.
think also you can do like you go to doctor, GP, kind of do testing of the memory and all this stuff. Probably also,
Yeah.
you know, they got this measurement thing of dementia that also you can do as well. It's easier on that one.
Excellent work, man. I'm just going to come up here and bring up a thing. Yeah, it's just bring it up here 2 6. Oh, what's the? Can I ask you? I never do this, but what's the temperature like in Darwin at the moment? Are you guys
Temperature.
roasting again?
I mean the dry season already not there. I mean what they call the cooling temperature. Probably daytime 27. No, not really even. I mean nighttime probably, but daytime back to normal 30 something,
30
31,
something.
34. Yeah, in the 30s, Darwin. If you come to Darwin, you know.
Yeah, no worries.
But it's
Anything else?
good. You don't get cold and flu easily if
No,
you go
no,
under the
that's right.
sun, though. If you
That's
go under the
right.
sun.
Yeah. You don't miss the cold though. I like the cold.
Well, I like the cold, but I don't like too cold, and I
You
don't
wouldn't
like
know
too
what
hot.
cold was in
Obviously,
Darwin. You know,
I
27 degrees is
I
not cold.
studied my pharmacy in South Australia,
Oh, okay.
2006 to 2009.
Yeah. Oh, okay. South Australia gets
So
cold.
South
Yeah.
Australia for that year, that
Yeah.
many years. Yeah, I know, and I know what heat
Yeah.
waves
So
also
he's
feels
saying
like.
Sharon
45
Bailey.
degrees.
All right. Sharon Bailey says she loves Wednesday night with Lee. So do I. Yeah. And and this. Yeah. So we'll talk about this. Is we just Lee and I just talked about doing the show. You know, once a week or once a fortnight. I think once a fortnight is good, but it's but we'll talk about getting more organized now. Coming up to this with lists and stuff like this. So I mean, we're really glad that you like it, guys, because Lee's a gift. This brain of his, I tell you, is Lee Two Brains. That's what we should call it. Lee Two Brains, the people's pharmacist. Because I'm not putting you down, man. Your brain is off the scale. It's just incredible. Yeah, it's around about now. My brain starts. It's like we're in a marathon, and you're up the front running like this, and after about an hour and a half, you're just getting further away from me because my whole brain can't keep. So an hour and a half is a great show. But yeah, but thanks, man. Thanks for all the work you do. It's terrific. And we really need to hear it. And it's positive. And yet what's really beautiful is you're not hiding how dangerous the times are ahead of us. I mean, this is not getting better. We've got a big storm to get through yet still, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing. Amazing. Although I have to say, Lee, with the death of Charlie Kirk, one of the most amazing things, because I know you're a Christian, is have you seen how many people are starting to pray and starting to go back to church and
Yeah.
and starting to talk openly about spiritual war and what side they're on now? So it's
Yeah.
interesting that his death, one bullet in his death,
Mm.
is really bringing light back to the world. You know,
Yeah.
it's extraordinary times. Yeah, yeah,
The seed, one seed that
yeah,
being sown changes so many lives.
yeah.
It's
Amazing.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It is. To reach out to Kevin McKerney. I've written his name down, so I will try to do that. Stiffen up, Kerry. He's only all right. Yeah, no worries. Okay, my lovely, lovely friend. I'm going to play a song, but stay in the line because I want to talk to you after this. We're going to go out with Be Free. And I've got a picture. We went to the march on the 17th, or not the last march, and there was people wearing the bee. It was so exciting. And tomorrow night we've got two young men coming on to talk about the effect Charlie's death has had on them. They've been on before. We had Riley on recently. Was it Riley? Riley and I can't remember the other guy's name. Tim, I think. And let me just get it for sure. And so everyone talks about the young being sort of, not really interested. They don't care. They've got no attention span. That is not. It's John Martin. John Martin. We had him on ages ago. Remember, he's a young Christian guy. Both of them are coming on to talk about what's happening now. Both of them are profoundly wise for their age. So get forward to a really good show tomorrow. Thanks, Jennifer, and stuff like this. Okay, stay there, Lee. We're going out with Be Free, and we'll be right back. So I wish we could give you applause for Lee for the work he does, but another great show. Power of Prayer Works. Thanks, Stefan. And you got to come on, Stefan. Get better internet. Okay, see you in a bit. This is Be Free.
Historically, we are the debris, forgotten faces, never more to be. Instead of legends fighting for something that had no guarantees, living ghosts we chose to live and die as their worker bees. Why didn't we break out from their hide? Why didn't we follow our own sun to another life? Why didn't we scroll over all their flowers? Brothers and sisters, it's okay to be free. Brothers and sisters,